This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about lighting application, and we have discussed what exactly a lighting application and what it contains, and how can we prepare a lighting application. And then in that lighting application, what kind of resources that we can use. So we have discussed about the lighting application bundle. We have discussed 7 resources which has been given by lighting framework, which we can use upon preparing a lighting component. Like we can use application file, controller file, helper file, style file, documentation file, renderer file, and the SVG. These are the 7 files that we have as part of the lighting application bundle. And then yesterday we have prepared a small lighting application also just to represent the welcome message on our browser. Now, today we'll see some more practical use cases. How can we create lighting application to represent different content? Let me show you one by one. Okay. Now, let's take a small use case. Create a lighting application to represent the customer details on the browser. Create a lighting application to represent the customer details on the browser. Now I want to show some static content on my lighting application. I want to represent the customer details like some customer code, customer name, is a designation, is a balance amount, is a birth date, his email ID, contact number, whether customer is active or not. Like that, these kind of details I would like to represent on the lighting application, so that I want to represent all these customer details. Then how can we create a lighting application to represent the customer details on the browser? Now let's see. Now let's go to your Salesforce org, go to the developer console. Now create the lighting application. Create your lighting application. Click on File menu, New menu item. I'm selecting the option lighting application. I'm giving the application name as LA underscore customer details application. I want to give the description. This application represents the customer details. I want to represent a customer data on my lighting application. Click on submit button. Now let's go to the application file, which has started and ending with ARA application tag. Each and every lighting application file should start and ends with ARA application. So now in between this, okay, 2 tags, starting and ending tag, we can write your own HTML content along with lighting components also. Now, let's see. Now I want to represent the customer details. In order to show the customer details, I would like to represent some static content here. I want to show in the form of a bold format. I'm using bold tag. I'm using underline tag. U tag means underline. So whatever the information that I'm going to represent, that content should be visible along with underline. Now I would like to indicate customer details form. Okay, customer details form. I'm representing the message Okay, customer details form, which should be visible with a bold format with underline. Now after that, I'm giving two break tags. Why I'm giving this two break tags? I would like to show the headline over here along with underline. Then from here, I would like to show the customer details like as customer code, customer name, and the designation, email ID, contact number, all these things. So that here I'm giving two break tags. Now these two break tags are going to be moving the cursor to two next lines. First break tag will move the cursor from this line to this line. Now the second break tag will be moving the cursor to next line so that I will get one complete line space empty over here. Okay. Now I would like to represent the content. Customer code is, I want to represent the customer code like C hyphen 58009042. I am giving this customer code, the hard coded content here. Then next content I want to show in next line so that I'm using break tag. If I'm not using break tag, then it will be showing all the details like as a paragraph, side by side will show like as a paragraph. So in order to split the content to multiple lines, I'm using break tag over here. Break tag will be like as enter button in your keyboard, which will be moving the cursor to next line. Next, customer name. I want to represent some Reddy Labs. And then I'm representing a break tag here. I want to move the cursor to next line again. Now, current employer. I'm giving the current employer name. Like for example, so now here he is working in, here I'm giving the customer name as some Sandeep Kumar. Current employer is, he is working in some HCL Technologies. I'm giving a break tag. Current designation, I'm indicating as he is a senior consultant. I'm giving a break tag. Current CTC, I want to represent rupees, okay, 15 lakhs. I'm giving a break tag. Contact number is, I would like to specify +91. I'm giving some value. I'm giving a break tag. Email address is, I would like to specify some sandeep.kumar@some gmail.com. I'm giving a break tag. Now here I'm giving like as a mailing address. I want to specify flat number some 407, some Rama Residency, Kukatpalli, road number 2, and Hyderabad. And then I'm giving a break tag. Active status is, I want to indicate that active. These are the details I want to represent. That means I'm representing some hard coded content. Yesterday we have represented a hard coded content, welcome to Lightning Framework. Just we have represented welcome message. But not only representing one single line of content, one complete customer details also we can represent over here. Right now we are hard coding this content. When moving forward, we'll see how to place our own visual appearance controls like as text boxes, buttons, check boxes, pick list, how to place everything. We'll see when moving forward one by one. So now, right now, I'm going to be representing the content of the customer details. I'm representing a customer details form, which will represent the customer code, customer name, and then current employer. That means the company name is a designation, is a salary, contact number, email ID, his address, and the active status. These are the various details I'm representing on my lighting application. So upon representing the content here, if I'm not using any break tag, automatically the whole content will be showing side by side like as a paragraph. That's what here each statement I'm representing in separate line by using this break tags over here. So now every sentence I'm representing in a separate line by using the break tags. By using this break tags, we can show each and every line in separate statements over there in lighting frame. Okay, clear? Now, so once it is done, then let me save this application. I'm saving this application. Now my application has been saved successfully. Now let's run this application. Click on preview button. Once you click on preview, your application will get run. Whatever the details you have specified, the whole details will be getting visible over here. Like customer details form, which will be visible in bold format with underline. And then we are able to see that okay, remaining content also here. Like customer code, customer name, current employer, designation, all the details we can able to see on your lighting component. Clear? Now, suppose for example, if I'm not using this break tag, let's see what will happen. I'm not using this break tag. I'm not using this break tag, then click on update preview. It is showing like as a paragraph side by side. The whole content will be getting visible side by side, okay, in the form of a paragraph. That's what here, whenever we are representing the content on your okay browser, always we have to use a break tag. Break tag will move the cursor to next slide. So that here each statement we can show in separate line so that the people can understand the content very easily. If I'm sending the content, if I'm representing the content like this, then people can't understand. So because the whole content is visible like as a paragraph, so now to split the content to separate lines, it will take some time. So the people will get irritated. They won't show interest to look into my content. For that reason, in order to represent the content in separate lines, I'm using the help of okay, break tag. I'm using this break tag. Break tag. I'm using this break tag now. Now click on update preview. So now we can see the content in separate lines. Clear? Understood the concept now? So this is how we can able to okay, see the you can represent the required content on your okay, browser by using lighting application. Okay? Understood the functionality? Hard coding means fixed values. Because here we are indicating customer details, right? Now the customer code is, I am hard coding. This is a fixed value I have given here. We are not passing the value by placing a text box. How to pass the values at runtime by placing a text box, that we'll see in the next sessions over here. Because we need to understand what is the button control. We have 6 types of buttons in Salesforce, lighting, input, control, everything we'll see when moving forward one by one. There you can enter your own customer code, customer name, everything in the text boxes. Till then, we are going to be hard coding this content over. Okay? Now, let's come to the point here. I'm coming to that point. So now once application has been getting created, suppose for example, I have closed this browser here. My application has been closed. Now in future, I want to open the same application. I want to see that existing application which I have created in the past. In that case, just you can go to that file menu, select the option called as okay, open lighting resources. There is an option called as open lighting resources. Generally, in order to see your Apex classes and triggers, all these things, we are using just simply okay, open option here, which will be representing a dialog box. From there, we can see your Apex classes, your triggers, visual force pages, objects, and everything. But now to see that lighting application, go to the file menu, click on open lighting resources. So whatever the lighting applications that we have created in the past, we can able to see all those lighting applications over here. Suppose I want to open the lighting application which I have created just now. Just you can select that. At the bottom, we have a button called as open selected. Okay, open selected button. Now it is representing that application. The content, whatever we have prepared, that content where we have written, in which file we have written over there. Application file. We have written the content in application file. Just you can click on application file. We can see the content over there. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, this is one way. Now, this is one way to see your applications. Second way is just you can go to your Salesforce R, go to the quick find box, search for the option lighting components. Okay, lighting components. Now, whatever the lighting components that you have prepared in the past, we can see that here also. Go to the lighting components over here. So, whatever the lighting components that we have prepared, whatever the lighting applications you have prepared, all these things we can able to see here also. These are the two ways. In order to see your lighting applications which you have prepared in the past, we can go with either standard navigation or we can go with the developer console also. These are the two ways to see your applications and the components which you have built in the past. If it is a normal table, that means object or objects classes, we can go to that file menu, click on open, select that classes. We can see all the classes which you have prepared in the past. To see the lighting, okay, components and lighting application, go to the file menu, select the option lighting application resources. Okay, so that we can able to see all the applications and the components which are created in the past, we can see by using this option, open lighting resources option. Clear? No. Sorry? Right. Hmm. No, no, it won't save. Because execute anonymous window is just to write the code, to compile, to execute, to see the result. But once you are closing the browser, that code will be lost. It won't save. If you want to save the code of your class, then we have to go to developer console, prepare the classes, then only we can save. Okay. In execute anonymous window, the code which will have prepared, that will not be saving anywhere. Okay. Clear up to this one? Now let me place this content. Break tag. Break tag is for, okay, to move the cursor to next slide. Right. No, it won't allow. It won't allow because here this content is representing on the browser. Upon representing on the browser, then we need to represent that, okay, by using break tag. Sorry, it will show there itself. Yes, similar fashion. Clear? Now, you want to write that code? Can I share the notes? Okay. Who? Okay. Okay. Now, for that one, we have to place our visual appearance controls. Okay, we have to prepare your own input controls like as text boxes, buttons, all these things. Those values we can able to supply directly here in the text boxes. That we'll see when moving forward. How to design our own input controls and how to place the button controls, everything we'll see when moving forwards one by one. Yes, right. Done with this? Next. Now, as of now, we have represented some content, okay, in the form of okay normal static content on my browser. Then how can we design a small table okay, on this okay user interface on the browser by using HTML? Now let's see. For that one, what kind of tags that we need to use to design a table, to add the columns, to add the rows. Okay, we'll see one by one. Now, let's take one more use case. Design a lighting application. Design a lighting application to represent okay to represent the product details in the form of a tabular format. Design a lighting application to represent the product details in the form of a tabular format. I want to design a small table here. In the table, I would like to represent the product's data. Then, how can we do that? Okay, we'll see with the practical use case. Now, done with this? Let me explain here. For example, I want to design a table like this. I will explain the concept first here, then we'll see the practical how to do that. I want to design a table like this. In this table, I would like to have some columns. Okay. In this table, we would like to have some columns. Now, this is the first column here. Second column, that is product code and the product name, unit price, manufacturer, and the contact number and the email ID. These are the columns I would like to have. These are the columns I would like to have inside my table. So now here I'm having this product table here. In this product table, I would like to represent the content like the product code or product ID, product name, unit price, manufacturer, phone number, and the email address. Okay, email ID. These are the columns over here. Now, then how to design this kind of table? Now, let me explain. Now, let's see. Let me design the table here. Now, let's see. How can we design the table? First of all, we have to design the table here, this entire table structure. In order to design this table as part of HTML, we have a tag called as a table tag. Okay, we have table tag. So we have to use a table tag over here. There is a table starting tag. This is table ending tag. So this is the table here. Okay. So to design a table on HTML, we have to use a tag called as a table tag, which is used to design a tabular structure on your browser. Next. So once the table is ready, that means this is an empty table here. No columns are available, nothing. Purely an empty table over here. Now, in this case here, we are adding one row because this is a row here. This is a row because this is the first row in my table over here. This is the first row. In this row, we are indicating the columns details here. So that create a row first. In order to create the row, as part of this HTML, we have a tag called as tr. tr means table row. Okay, tr means table row by tr. This is the starting of the table row. This is the ending of the table row. Okay. Table tag is used to design one empty table format here. In the table to add a row, we are using the help of tr. Okay, table row. In this table row, this is the first row here. Okay, in this row. If you want to add one more row, here we can able to add one more row over here. Okay, tr by tr. This is the second row. This is the first row. This is the second row. Like that, n number of rows we can able to add. Now, first row contains what? Column headings. Okay, the column heading. This is the column heading. This is the second column heading. Third column heading. Fourth column heading. And the fifth column heading. So, to specify this column heading, we have to use the help of a tag called as okay, th. th means okay, column heading. That means table heading. For this table, in the table row, okay, the first column heading we can specify like product ID. Okay, product ID. So the first row will be holding that. The first column, that means the column heading will be product ID. So that I'm adding, in order to specify the table heading, we are using the th. Table is for to design the table. tr means a table row. th means a table heading. Okay, heading. Whatever the column headings you are going to specify, that column heading we can specify with the help of th. Now, next one, second column is what here? In the same row, second column here, th. Now I'm indicating product name by th. Second column table heading here, th. Unit price by th. Next one, th. Manufacturer by th. Next, the fifth column, phone number by th. Sixth column, email ID by th. So we have specified these columns over here. Now we have prepared a table. Inside the table, we are having this table row. Okay, we are having this table row. In this table row, this is the first row inside the table. In this first row, we are going to be having the columns over here. These column headings are available, so that I'm indicating this column headings. Okay, these are the column headings. Now inside the table row, the first column heading is okay, the product ID, second one product name, third one unit price, fourth one manufacturer, fifth one phone number, sixth one email ID. Whatever the order we have given these column headings, in the same order columns will be visible in the table here. Okay, clear? Next. Now here in this case, once the table columns are available here, now I'm storing some record. I'm storing the recorded data here. I'm giving the product code as some PID hyphen 5001. Product name, some desktop device. Unit price, some 57,000. Manufacturer, some Dell Incorporation. Phone number, I'm giving some value. Email ID, support at the rate some Dell.com. Support at the rate some Dell.com here. This is the first product details. Then how to provide the details here? This is the first row which will be having the column heading. Second row onwards, we are providing our details in the product details. Now you can go to your HTML tag over here. This is the first row which is having the columns. In the second row onwards, we can specify the columns data. In order to specify this column data, here we have to specify TD. TD means a table data. Okay, table data here. Okay. Now, in this case, upon giving the table data, whatever the columns we have specified here, in the same order, we can pass that columns data also over here. Now, TD, the first product code is PID hyphen 5001 by TD. Okay, table data. Okay, now the first column data. So automatically, whatever the value we have entered, this value will be storing inside this first column. Okay, now I want to store the product name TD. Product name, some desktop device by TD. Next, third one, unit price. I'm giving like as rupees, okay, 57,000 by TD. Next one, TD manufacturer, that is some Dell Incorporation. I'm giving TD tag. Table data, phone number. I'm giving some phone number +1 800 787 4433 by TD. Next one, email ID I'm indicating as support@dell.com by TD. Like that, here we are going to preparing a row. So now this is how we are preparing the table structures in HTML. So as part of HTML, we have to go with the table tag here to prepare a table structure. In the table, first row will be, we need to prepare the table row. In that first row, we are going to be adding the columns here. These are the column headings. That's what we are using TH. TR means a table row. TH means a table heading. TD means table data. That means records, whatever the records. For the column headings, we are specifying TH, and from there onwards, we can store our data. These are the columns which are specified inside that table here. Now, for each and every column, I'm passing the values. This is one row. Suppose if you want to create one more row, then what we can do? One more product data, then create one more TR over here. Okay, create one more TR. We can specify 5007. Now this is okay, smartphone. Now, then if you are not specifying any data, then just you can make it as empty here. That value will be, that column value will be empty. Now, in that case, that next line data will be coming into previous column automatically. Okay. Now, so now here in this case, smartphone. Here I'm giving that product name as smartphone. Now the price I'm indicating as some 70,000 rupees. Now this is some Samsung, and the contact number I'm giving some value, and then support at the rate some Samsung.com. This is the second product data. Like that, if you want to add one more product data, then we can able to specify one more product also. Like that, here n number of products you can keep on add. Headings will be only one time. Rows we can able to keep on add n number of. Clear? Because whenever we are representing the data on your lighting components, not only we are showing like as one by one, one by one, one by one. Sometimes we need to show the data in the form of tabular structures. In that case, we should know how to design the table. Okay. Now, Yes, no problem. Contact number you can give for the same for the n number of records, also no issues. Because no duplication, just we are giving some static content, I'm showing on that screen. That's it. Now the same format, or you can give any format, also no problem. Directly you can use. For example, I'm giving like this. It's a static value. We can give anything, whatever you want. No need to follow the specific formats over here. If you want to follow a specific format, then upon representing one text box to enter the phone number, there we need to indicate the format here. What kind of format we need to enter the data. Okay? But till then, it's a static content, right? Anything you can place. Here you can place like as okay, 1, 2, 3, ABC, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want, you can show. No issues. Now, clear up to this one? Then, how can we represent this product details? Now let me show you. Now I'm creating a new lighting application. Product details application. It represents the product details. This application represents the product details. Click on submit. Now go to the application file. Here we can represent the content whatever you want. This whole content. Here I would like to represent the bold format with underline, product details catalog, and then I'm giving two break tags. Okay, product details catalog. Now here I would like to represent the table structure. Now this is the table structure which I'm going to be representing. So now here in this table I'm representing the columns product ID, product name, unit price, manufacturer, phone number, email ID. These are the columns that I'm going to represent. Here I'm changing the product details here. 500 okay 9. Now this is a webcam device which is of cost of some 20,000. This is from Logitech and then support at the rate some logitech.com. Okay, these are the product details. So now here I'm storing three products information here. Now I'm giving the heading product details catalog. So now I'm designing a table here. In this table, I'm giving these columns and I'm storing three product details like a desktop device, smartphone, and the webcam device. Now let's save this. Save the content. Click on preview button. As soon as once you click on this preview button, it is going to be representing the content here. Let's see. Now this is the product ID here, product name, unit price, manufacturer, phone number, and the email ID. So now it is indicating the details also here. This is the first product data, second, and the third product details we can able to see. But here, when you observe this table, we don't have any borders over here. Okay, we don't have any borders. Now here in that case, we need to specify here. In order to specify the borders, we need to use that CSS. That means to make that content look like attractive, we have to use CSS. That means cascading style sheets. Here we need to apply that style. Now, for this table, we have to apply the style tag. Style equals to, we need to specify border 1 pixel solid block. I'm indicating this is the border I would like to apply here. Border 1 pixel solid block. So now here I'm indicating for this table, I want to apply a style okay, where I want to apply the border style over here. This border style will be 1 pixel okay, solid block. This is not a dotted border here. It's a solid border over here, which will be visible with a black color over here. If you want to represent with a blue color, we can specify blue. If you want to represent some green color, we can specify green. So now we can specify and the semicolon here. This is the property. Border property. For this border property, we can able to specify the value. I want to show the border. It's not a thick border here. It's a thin border, which is a 1 pixel height, 1 pixel width of the border here, which is a solid border, which will be representing with a green color. Now, let's save this content here. Now, click on update preview. Now it is showing this border over here. The complete border will be visible. So now which will be having that green color here. Now, suppose for example, if you want to use some curved border here, this is the exact border over here. The edges are exact edges will be available. Sometimes I don't want this exact edges. I want to use some curved border here like this. In that case, we have one more property called as a border radius. We have a property called as border radius. Here I'm indicating border radius. I'm giving as 10 pixels. 10 pixels, okay, curved border over here. Now let's see. When I click on update preview, it is giving a curved border over here. Depends upon the requirement. These are all our style sheets. Okay, CSS styles over here. Generally, HTML won't have any style. We need to apply the style depends upon the requirement here. Now, so that here we are going to be applying this border style. Suppose if you want to apply some background color over here, then apply the background color also. Okay, background color. Green. Background color green. So now here in this case, for this border, whatever the background color will be applicable, that will be visible in the form of green over here. Now, now. So the background color we can able to apply as the green also, red also, whatever you want, depends upon your requirement, we can specify. Now, but I don't want to discuss all these styles over here. Just I'm going to be indicating this border style. Now border 1 pixel solid green, and then it will be having the border radius. I'm indicating 10 pixel. If you don't want this border radius here, you can remove that also here. Like as a normal border, we can apply for the table. When you go to that, you will be having the exact corners will be available for the border here. Now, so now here we will be having a property like a border collapse. Border collapse. Now we can specify that collapsible border here. Now the border collapse. We can able to apply the collapsible borders also for this one. Depends upon the need. Now, here we are going to be applying this the same style for each and every table row. For the table row also I'm applying over here. Now, for this table row, I'm applying the same style. For this table row also. For this table row also. For this table row also. I'm applying the same style. When you click on this update preview, we can able to see that content here. For table rows also, we are applying this. Now, like the similar way, we can apply for table data also here. Now let's see. The same thing I want to apply here. The same style I want to apply for table data also, table heading. Table heading. Let's see. When you click on update preview, here we are having this, columns will be available here. These are the columns. Next, when you apply this the same for the table data also. Table data. Now, let's say this. When you go to this, the first column data will be visible. The first row will be having the respective columns information over there. Now, second one, here also, I'm applying this the same style. Now for all these columns also, for this all this data, I would like to apply the style. Now I'm applying this. Now here we can able to see the content over here. This is the content, we can able to see that. Now we are having these columns are available over there. Here's the columns that we have. Now let's see. We are having this product ID over here, product ID column, product name column, unit price column, manufacturer, and the phone number and the email ID. So whatever the data that you are going to represent, we can able to represent this data in the form of tabular structure. So not only showing the content in the hard-coded format one by one, one by one, one by one, because so that we can show the multiple records information also at a time by using this tabular structures also. Based on the business requirement, we can apply your own tabular structure. In the table, we can able to represent the required columns. In each column, we can able to show the required content whatever you want. Okay. Now, so now in this case here, whenever we are applying the style for each and every row, for each and every column, we are applying the style separately. But in that case here, it is looking like as a lengthy code. When moving forward here, instead of applying the style here itself, how to write this kind of style inside the style file, we'll see when moving forward here. When moving forward, we can able to apply the style, okay, from here itself. By using this style file, how can we prepare the style which can be applicable for all the table rows and the columns, everything we'll see when moving forward over there. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Now, so now here in this case, whenever we are going to be representing this content over here, upon representing the content, not only representing the content in a normal format, we can design your own tables also by using table tags, and then we can add your own table row and the table headings and the table data. We can represent the required content also over there. Okay, understood the concept here? These are the various ways to represent the data here. Different formats are available to represent the data. We can show like as a normal format also, or we can show in the form of tabular structure also. Suppose if you want to show this particular content in okay, bold format, then we can able to apply. So or else, for example, this particular row, if you want to show in a different color also, then we can apply. Suppose if you want to check the properties of the background color, just you can go to the Google here, we can specify here. Now, CSS background color. Just we can go to that CSS background color property here. We can use that. How to apply the background color? They will be indicating this. Just we can able to specify. Now, suppose if you want to apply this color, then we can specify. For this a table row, if you want to apply this a background color, now I'm indicating red. Let's see. For this red color here, this red color we are going to apply here. Now for this one background color, red has been applied over. Depends upon your requirement here. Now I would like to indicate that, like for example, light blue. Now you will be having this color over here. Depends upon your requirement, we can able to apply this color. For the second row, if you want to apply a different color here, background color, I would like to specify gray. Then we can specify. Now the gray color will be getting applicable. Okay, the gray color will be applied over. Depends upon your business need, what color you want to apply that we can specify by using that respective property. Okay. Now, here we have used this properties here, like as a border property over here, and then border collapse property, and the background color property also, which is used to indicate what will be the background color for this particular row that we can able to decide by using this background color property. These are all are comes under, these are the styles. These styles are comes under CSS, cascading style sheets. These are the various properties over here. When moving forward, we'll see how to apply the properties from style file. Right now, here we are going to be writing in, these are called as inline styles. Here itself, we are applying the style for each and every table, table row, table heading, table data. We are applying separately. Instead of doing that for each and every value separately, we can apply it commonly in outside the file. So that we can go with the help of, okay, the style file also when moving forward, how to apply that. Okay. Understood the concept here? How can we apply the styles, okay, tabular formats, how to apply the borders, and how to apply the background colors for your content? Clear up to this one? Now, let me place this content here. Next one. Take one more use case. Next use case. Now, this time, I want to design a lighting application which is used to represent the three divisions over there. Okay, I want to represent